So we've had this stove sitting here on this porch for 6 years, ever since we've been here. It's not real, I don't know how old it is. It's a fairly older one. They still make some stoves similar to this today. This one was made by Birmingham Stove and Range Company in Birmingham, Alabama. And my beautiful wife said, why don't you try to make a pizza oven out of that? So that's what I'm going to try to do. I've got some fire brick here, and it probably won't be able to put a very big pizza in there, but we're going to try it. We might be able to bake bread in it, who knows. We may be out here some morning baking bread or making biscuits in it and cooking bacon and eggs and cowboy coffee on top of the stove. But I'm going to take it out here to our little cooking shed. I'm going to put it underneath the shed, and started working on the ground out there, leveling it, and I'm going to raise it up on some blocks and get it up off the ground and go from there.
Welcome to Whippoorwill Holler. I'm Miss Lori, and this is Mr. Brown. We live in the hills of Arkansas. We love the Lord. Keepers of the old way, but accept some of the new. We love to cook, and we love to eat. We love to garden. It's in our blood. It's how we stay sustainable and fill our pantry. We do a lot of canning and preserving. We live a sustainable life. We love our family. We work hard. And every once in a while, we like to dance. So y'all join us.
So this is the area we're going to put it, right here. And I have had to dig it out because there's not a spot on this hillside that's level. So I've dug it out, and I'm going to start putting blocks down and get it all level, and hopefully be stout enough to get the stove off the porch, but it's going to be heavy to get on top of these blocks. And I'll show you more as we progress on the way. So I've been working on my project this morning again. As you know, we're taking this little cast iron stove, and my wife has got the idea of making a pizza oven. I don't know if it's going to work, but regardless, I'm cleaning the stove up. And what I done, I went inside because we're going to be cooking inside of it. I took a wire brush and I cleaned all the inside, knocked everything loose inside. Anything that I thought, I don't want it falling on top of food. I worked it really hard, cleaned it all up, and I've rinsed it out. And you can see over here what I'm talking about. I'm still working on it. You can see the difference in that lid right there. You can see this side here that I've brushed off.
You need to bake my birthday cake.
She wants you to bake her birthday cake in it.
Okay.
I want on it in candles.
With candles.
I can do it. And you can see this, all this loose here. You can see the difference. That's what I'm doing. I'm knocking everything off. I don't want anything to fall on food. Cleaning it up and getting it ready. And then I stuck one of them. This is a piece of a brush. I've got a better one somewhere. I stuck one of them in my finger a while ago, and that's not going to be good. It's going to get sore. Stove at, and I've got 8 concrete blocks, and then I got a couple of concrete flats that are colored where they're looking nice. It's going to look pretty, won't it, dear? But anyway, I took and leveled this the best I could. It's kind of hard to get it exactly level because I'm not putting no mortar in between the blocks. If I was putting mortar in between, then I could really get it level. But it'll be okay. We'll set that stove up here, and I will wedge a little bit under a leg or something if I need to. But I've got it pretty close. It's pretty level. It's not perfect, but it is there. And we're going to set that stove up on top of here, and then I'm going to go to working on figuring out how I can put some fire brick in there to make it work. And if it don't work, I guess we can cook beans on top of it, can't we?
Yeah.
But that's where I'm at right now. My ideal is to get it up off the ground when it's easy to put wood in it, and we put it out here under our little cooking shed. And my wife wanted me to kind of make it, see if I could cook a pizza in it. So I got some fire bricks and lined them up in here. And we got a pizza in there cooking. And it's going to be hard to get it hot enough, you know, out here at this end, the way it's made. But I lined it with some fire brick, and we got a little personal pizza in there, playing around a little bit, and we're going to see if it works. And I'm sure it's going to cook it. Yeah, we may have to flip it around a few times, but it's going to work. But really, the fire brick can come out, and I've got it under here for this winter. Like if we decide we want to cook a pot of beans all day on top of this stove, if it's not real cold weather, or if it is cold weather, you can sit out here by the fire and just be outside. So we're going to see if this pizza will cook, and it's going to be good if we can get it cooked, and I think maybe it will.
You build that fire up in here, and you get all of this good and hot. Then you push it all to the back. Then you got to clean, of course, the ashes off this, and then stick your bread or your pizza on there.
So our little project did work. It's not ideal, but we learned a little bit, and it will cook pizza. So if you was desperate and you had a little stove like this already, it wouldn't be practical to go buy everything to make this pizza. But if times really got hard and you decided you wanted to taste a pizza, and it will cook it, you put them in small. We think that it's hard to get the heat all the way to the back the way it's made. I think if we would have built a fire up here in the center and got them fire bricks really hot and then pushed the coals to the back, it would have done maybe a little better. But you've made a good pizza. It's a smoky little bit of fire crust pizza, and it's really good. We use garden fresh vegetables on it, and it turned out really good.
I think it'll make good. I was telling them I could cook some naan bread, some real, thin naan bread back in there, and he'd cook it up pretty quick.
And the fire bricks aren't cheap either, but I can take them out. So the whole idea was to put this stove to use, so this winter we can come out here and I can cook coffee, make me some cowboy coffee on top of it, or we can cook breakfast on top of it.
Of course, we got a wood cook stove in the house.
I know that, but sometimes you just want to cook outside.
Sometimes you just want to cook outside. And it did make a good pizza. You can only make a little pizza, but I don't know, it was a good one.
Yeah, it did work. You have to keep rotating it, of course, but
It worked. Hey,
It's not a pizza oven, we know that, but it did cook pizza. And
that pizza was good to me. I mean, the crust, it had a good smoky taste. The tomatoes were kind of, roasted in the fire. It was really good to me.
well, it is good. I don't deny that.
So,
It can be done.
it can be done. And like we say, Hillbilly MacGyver, he can come up with about anything. It's not always maybe the best idea, but it always works.
This was your idea.
Oh, was it?
We know that pizza ovens have to really get hot. Oh, we're not silly about pizza ovens. We know that that's why they're round, because the heat, they build that fire in the center and it heats everything up, and they shove all that coal to the back, and it rolls around that dome, and it makes a different type of deal. But this will cook
This
pizza.
will cook pizza. So there you go.
It will do it.
Good job, Mr. Brown.
Y'all come back and see us. We're going to come back and see you in a couple of days. Meanwhile, I got this little pizza folded over double, and I'm going to eat it because it's good.